Shri Guruvyo Namaha. In the last session, we have discussed the chapter 4 in statistics, presentation of data. So, in presentation of data, we have discussed about the major forms, that is the textual presentations and the classification of tabular presentations. What are the objectives of tabulations? And parts of an ideal table. What are the parts of an table consist of? All these things we have discussed, and we have discussed about the diagrammatic representation, that is the graph and diagrams are types we have seen there. So these are the types we have seen in the last classes. Now let's see all these things in details. What are the advantages of diagrammatic presentations? We already know that instead of reading a big paragraph or a sentence, by seeing the diagram we are able to understand more easily, and it will be very simple for us to understand. Clear? So what are the advantages it has means? First one is attractive and impressive. Always the diagrammatic presentations will be very attractive. The next one is simple and easy to understand. The diagrammatic presentation is attractive, and also it will be very simple for us to understand the concept by the way of diagrams. Next one is helpful in making comparisons. The diagrams helps to make the comparisons between the two diagrams or three diagrams based on the informations what we have been collected. They save much time and energy. Next, the diagrams leave a good visual impact. It gives a presentation, that is the way we are presenting the diagram, it shows a good visual impact. The next one is diagrams give a very clear picture of data. So if you see the diagram itself, you will come to know that what was the information, so what purpose the information has been collected. All these things by seeing the diagram we can able to conclude this. Okay. The next one is geometric diagrams, that is the diagrammatic presentation. So in geometric diagrams, bar diagram and pie diagram comes in this category. So what is bar diagram? So bar diagram mostly it consists of in a rectangular shapes. Here, so the bar diagram consists of three types: simple bar diagram, multiple bar diagram, and component bar diagrams. In this, we will see what is the first one, simple bar diagram. Simple diagram comprises of a group of equi-spaced and equi-width. That means the space, the width and the space will be equal between the each bar diagram. Clear? So here the example has been given for the simple bar diagram. You can see the spaces between the each that is in the each year. So here this bar diagram gives the information of the number of police officers in the crime branch during the year of 1993 to 2001. Clear? So this diagram shows the number of persons worked in this year in the crime branch. Understand? The next one is multiple bar diagram. Multiple bar diagrams is mostly used for comparing the two or more sets of data. So here in this diagram you can see the three variables, that is the platinum, alpha and deluxe. So in each year you can see the sales of platinum in 2017 and the sales of alpha in 2018 and the sales of deluxe in the 2019. So each and every year you can see the sales which taken places between the three variables. So the three variables information is given in a single diagram, that is called as a multiple bar diagram. Understand? The next one is component bar diagram. Component bar diagram is also called as subdivided bar diagram or subdiagrams. So the component bar diagram is very useful in comparing the size of a different components parts, and also it shows the relationship between the variables. So here The example is given, the enrollment of genders at schools of children aged between 6 to 14 years in the district of Bihar. So in the gender you can, if you see, means there is boys, girl and total. Number of persons, that is number of students who have enrolled, if you see, means 91.5, 58.6 and 78. The same they given in the out of school per percent. So if you see in this bar diagram, in the component diagram, you can see it has been the information, that is the diagrammatic presentations that boys shows here. See here, number of persons who have enrolled is 91.5. okay, in this out of school is 8.5. so this two information is given in a single bar. Clear? The same if you see for the girls, number of students enrolled is 58.6 and then out of school is 41.4. The same way the total is given here. So this shows the component bar diagram. So it is helpful to compare the persons, how many of them are enrolled and how many of them out of the school. Understand? The next one is pie diagram. We know that pie diagram, it will be in a circle shape. So by pie diagram is also a component diagram. Mostly you can see the pie diagram in a circles. The area of a circles will be divided equally. So that is called as an pie chart. So the circles will be divided into many parts by drawing the straight lines from the center of the pie diagram. Clear? So to draw a pie diagram, what are the steps is needed? You can see the formula here to construct the pie diagram, that is value of component divided by total value of all the components into 100. So for constructing a pie diagram, first we have to convert this component into as a percentage. So we are multiplying this value of components into 100. That is value of the component divided by the total value of components into 100. Clear? That is the first step. The second step, if you see, means conversion of percentages of components into angular components of the circle. So what do you mean by here? That is angular components of the circle. That is each and every components we are converting into the angles. Okay. So in a circle, in a pie chart should have the 100 equal parts. So totally if you see, means as a circle we will have the 360 degree. Clear? We already know that the circle has the 360 degree. So being based of the pie diagram, that is pie chart, each component will be expressed in the form of percentage. So the 360 will be divided by the 100. So it gives 3.6 degree. Clear? So here it is mentioned that angular component of a circle, that is percentage of components into 3.6 degree. So how much percentage we are getting from the component into 3.6 degree. So from this tabular column we can understand clearly. So this tabular column shows the distribution of Indian population in 2011 by the working status, that is in crores they have given. So you can see here the marginal worker is 12, the main worker is 36 and the non-worker is 73. When you are adding this, we are getting this 121. So how we are going to convert this into percentage? So this marginal worker 12 divided by this total, that is 121 into 100. What answer we are getting? 9.9 percentage. So this 9.9 percentage is multiplied by 3.6 degree, means we will get the 36 degree. Clear? The next for the main worker also same thing. 36 divided by 121 into 100, we will get the 29.8 percentage. That components will be multiplied with the 3.6 degree. So we will get that angular component of main worker is 107 degree. The same way we have to do the calculations for the non-worker. We used to get the 217 degree. So based on this value only, we will construct a pie diagram. Clear? So you can see here the construction of a pie diagram. So the marginal worker, it shows the marginal worker, and this red color shows the main worker, and this green color shows the non-worker. So this is the way for constructing a pie diagram. Understand? So still now we have seen a bar diagram. So from the bar diagram we have seen the simple bar diagram, multiple bar diagram, and the component bar diagram. And the next diagrammatic presentation we have seen this pie chart. What is pie chart and how to calculate the pie chart? What are the steps to be used for calculating the pie chart? Clear? So balance we will see it in the next session. Thank you children.